evening, ladies and gentlemen. So my co-panelists have already covered a lot of ground, leaving nothing for me towards the end. I'll not take the allotted time for me, but I'll give a perspective in terms of how industry is looking at AI and Gen AI. One, what are the innovators coming on their way in terms of productionizing the AI and Gen AI workloads, and what we should do as a IT services and consulting companies providing solutions to the industries. One, two, as a means of guidance to the universities, students, researchers in terms of what are the areas that they should focus on. That would be my part of my conversation today. So if I look at industry as a whole, what we are seeing, the maximum adoption of AI are in majorly 3 to 4 industries at this point in time. So I'm keeping AI and Gen AI are two separate things, although they are, one is part of the other. Gen AI is a very newer phenomenon, so I'm keeping aside for a moment where AI exists for quite some time. When I'm saying AI, it's a classical machine learning, deep learning kind of thing that I'm talking about. So AI as a broad theme exists for a while, and the major beneficiary of this technology is banking and financial and the insurance companies. Following that are manufacturing sectors, and then retail, and finally we see a lot of traction in communication, media, information services, and healthcare. So this is the order in which AI adoption has happened till date. Now AI is a slightly different ballgame. So AI is coming into play when there are 3 problem statements the customer has. One, if they are trying to do their incumbency modernization. When I'm saying incumbency modernization, they have got a lot of legacy code base. They want to transform. Generative AI provided that immediate help for them in terms of converting legacy COBOL codes to strategic Java platforms, so on and so forth. So incumbency modernization is one area where a lot of our customers are leveraging generative AI. Second is digital transformation. So when I'm saying digital transformation, it is not only transforming your digital ecosystem altogether, but creating certain transformative touch points where the enterprise is interacting with end customers. So chatbot is one example. We are talking about something called digital labor, all right, which transforms the entire your HR transformations, your ERP transformation using generative AI. And the third thing where generative AI is currently being used is on a process optimization side. Okay, but if you look at the distribution of it, 52% of our customers are focusing on incumbency modernization. About 18 to 20% of our customers are focusing on digital transformation. Other things follow. Process optimization gets towards the end of the segment. And now customers are trying out different generative AI theorems, models, a lot of things available, but we are not seeing a lot of things going into production, which is getting applied, and for which customers are realizing the return on investment on the generative AI technologies. Why so? So there are a lot of imperatives in the process. One, as one of my co-panelists was mentioning, it's black box. So we don't know what is inside it. What kind of data has been used? What are the security vulnerabilities within that data? What are the IP-related issues are there on the data? So the enterprises are not aware about it. So there comes governing or creating a framework around those models which can govern them. We all talked about hallucination, biases, profanity, hate, abuse on the data. But that's not enough. When I'm looking at governance as a holistic framework around generative AI, it should have three components. One, I should be able to monitor all these parameters, the hate, abuse, profanity, so on and so forth, rape, bias, whatever we can talk about. But more than that, me as a CIO of an organization should have a clear view that which version of my model, be it AI model or GenAI model, is running in which environment. If I have a large organization, typically in a BFSI segment, a single large investment bank is running more than 1,000 risk models, all right, for the risk assessment of their customers, corporates, so on and so forth. Now, as a CRO, if I need to understand which risk model is running in which platform, which risk model is used for what context, I don't have a visibility at that view. So what is important is to create that visibility of the model is the first parameter of our governance strategy, which requires a life cycle management of the model. Second is monitoring, which includes all our matrices. Third is how can I embed the regulatory framework within my governance ecosystem. So EU-AI Act, we all know about it. If you breach EU-AI Act, the fine is minimum $35 million or 7% of your net revenue. Those kind of regulations are coming all across the globe. So we have got EU-AI Act, we have got NYC Local Act, India AI Act amendment is coming up. So there are 31 different acts are getting prevalent in next 1 year or so. How can we make those acts embedded within our governance framework? That makes, so when I'm saying act, it also includes the act which has already been in place, GDPR, HIPAA, all those acts which are already in place, how can they get embedded within the governance framework? So the output that my AI or GenAI model gives, it should be free from any IP, security, and legal biases. All right. So this is where we need to do a lot of work. I'm also working with METI in India AI Stack. We are looking at with different institutions like IIT Madras and all to create different framework. So we are looking at two major prospects with Government of India. One is how can we, so Government of India has got India AI Stack. It's also running the quantum in parallel. So we are trying to see how we can move the AI workloads on quantum ecosystem, especially for training, tuning, fine-tuning purposes. We are looking quantum as or quantum safe algorithm to bring in within the AI ecosystem. Thereby, we can create more safer, more useful AI, which people and the enterprises can use without any fear of privacy, legal, or financial implications. I'll keep my speech here and thank you very much for your time. Thank you.